Winners from the Chamber's annual Night of Distinction, we have with us the Athena Award winner, Angela Machnik.
Thank you. Good morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
First of all, let's just show off this hardware.
It's big time.
This is crazy. It's gorgeous.
It is beautiful.
Oh
it
my
is
gosh.
very beautiful.
All right, where are you going to put it?
As of right now, I think in my office.
Yeah.
That's a good spot.
But then Pat also has one at the office, and she said, well, mine needs a neighbor. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll put it next to yours.
Oh, nice.
You have, of course, you've worked with some former Athena winners, and I know you have a lot of mentors in this town. Just talk a little bit about what being recognized in front of all your peers in town means to you.
I mean, it's really unbelievable. You know, I'm really one of those people that likes to be the behind the scenes type of person. So to be recognized for the things that I'm doing in the community, as well as my, my planning ability, just my outreach in the community, it's really amazing. So
Yeah.
I'm blessed.
It is incredible, especially as you look at some of the past recipients.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a list of benevolent, hardworking women, and it's perfect. I mean, you're the perfect fit for that next spot. So how did you celebrate the win?
Well, Sarah Ermatinger is with True Community Credit Union, and Sarah and I have been friends for many, many years. And so she came into my office with a picture frame with a little picture of the Athena Award, and it said, reserve this spot for the Athena Award. And I was like, what? And then she puts a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra on my desk. So,
Very
but
nice.
don't worry, she also had flowers in the car. But she thought if
Awesome.
she came in with the flowers, she'd give it away. So,
Oh, so fun.
but yeah, so Sarah was very excited, and she was obviously last year's Athena recipient. And so yeah, I mean, you're right. The ladies that have won this award in the past are pretty phenomenal, and I have to say that I've been incredibly grateful having worked at the Chamber and learned about the Athena Award at the Chamber. I got to know those ladies. So, throughout the probably 20 years, it's been pretty phenomenal to be part of this community and continue to work with those ladies. And they're still doing amazing stuff. So I still have a lot yet to come.
I think I've known you for almost 20 years. And one of the questions I was going to ask you, because you're not from Jackson originally, you and your husband, Dan, who is from Jackson, but you guys moved back here from Chicago. And you didn't know anyone right away, right? Talk about that, being able to dive into the community and then over 20 years, be able to be recognized for being involved in so many different things.
Yeah. Well, as I said on Thursday, I really have to thank Pat and Phil Willis. They are the ones that really introduced Dan and I into the community. Now, Dan did know some people having grown up here, but for me, really, it was starting fresh.
Yeah.
And I started at the American Red Cross, obviously, doing event planning there, office management. And then 1 year later, I started at the Chamber. And then that's when I really got to, understand the community and start volunteering and really finding things that I enjoy doing, and really just meeting a lot of amazing people through the Leadership Jackson program, and just really all of the ribbon cuttings that you go to, the business after hours, getting to meet a lot of cool people.
Let's take a look at some of those events that you're involved with. And I see you at so many of these, Angela, and I've been on some committees with you, and I know that you take everything you do very seriously and want to do the best job possible for your organization. I missed a meeting a couple weeks ago, and Angela texted me and said, "Where are you?"
I did.
Sorry. But I don't know how you do all this. And as we look through some of these pictures, you've been involved with the Lumen Christi auction the last couple of years.
Yep.
I mean, these are big events that take place at night and on the weekends. Big commitment. You must have a supportive family.
I do, and thank goodness that I do. Needless to say, there are some nights that I'm working, even though, Olivia's like, Mom, can you just come and hang out with me? I'm like, all right, I will. But yeah, I'm going to be helping out with the home show again this year. That'll be coming up at the end of February. Also working with Lumen Christi. That event is going to be coming up on November 22nd. It is the 50th annual Lumen Christi annual auction and dinner. So we've started planning already for that, considering it's going to be a big year. And then this year, the Symphony Holiday Ball, it'll be the 75th anniversary for the Symphony Guild Holiday Ball. And then really just kind of involved in my business and professional women's group. That's actually the first group that I joined when we moved back here, and I've been with them ever since, and actually, I have to say, when I was nominated as secretary, I've been there ever since. So it's only supposed to be a 1-year term, but somehow it's turned into 14. So
Well, you're so organized and you get stuff done.
Yeah.
I could see where they would not want to let you go.
Well, and that's what I want to encourage people to do, is that if you choose to commit to being on a committee or on a board, that you actually show up and you do the work.
Yeah.
It's incredibly important because there are other board members and committee members that are relying on you to do that work in order to make the event successful. And so we really are encouraging them, to do the work.
Yeah.
Don't commit to it without doing it.
Yes. So you jumped right into the community 20 years ago. Tell us a little bit about how exciting it has been to watch the transformation of Jackson in the area.
Oh, it's been unbelievable. As they said on Thursday, you could kind of roll a bowling ball down the main street on the weekends, and now I'm like, wow, I actually have to park 2 streets over to go into a restaurant. But it's been phenomenal, and I mean, especially with the bright walls, and you've got the Gus Macker. There's so many things going on downtown in the shops. It's really, really great to see, and I love the fact that people are now living downtown too. It reminds me of living in Chicago, where you could just, go outside your apartment and walk down the street and go some shopping, maybe go get dinner. It's really exciting for Jackson.
And you brought a book with you this morning.
I did, and it's interesting because when I worked at the chamber, we actually hosted an event with Martha Mertz, who's the founder of the Athena Award. And so I have a little story I'm going to tell you guys in March when I do a speech for the economic luncheon at the chamber. But yeah, it was really nice. I got to meet Martha, and she signed a copy of her book for me. So it's pretty exciting, and I'm hoping to maybe reconnect with her and let her know I'm officially part of her Athena recipient group.
This is going to be a hard question for you to answer. But what's been your most favorite thing that you've been a part of since you've been back to Jackson?
Ooh, that is a hard question, Andy. There's a lot. I would have to say I really did enjoy the Art, Beer, and Wine Festival, just because it is such a community event.
Yeah.
Now, it is a beast of an event to plan, especially for one day. But again, I got to meet some incredible vendors. I got to meet some artists. We had a great committee, and we raised a lot of money for the Ellis Art Museum. So I would have to say the Art, Beer, and Wine is kind of the crowning moment of the events I've done. But then you've got the Rose Festival parade after that, and then all of the other larger community events.
I'm thinking about how many of these I've worked with you on.
And you kicked off your independent efforts with a bang, hosting or putting together the Emmons 100th anniversary.
Oh yes, that was wonderful. Dave and Darby were wonderful to work with, and they're kind of like me. They're sort of the behind the scenes people. They don't necessarily like that recognition, but they've been around in the community so much, and I'm like, you've got to get your picture taken. You've got to write a little write-up, So we had a really good time working together, and I'm super excited that they were able to let me help them plan it.
So for our viewers that don't know that much about your business, or who might not know that much about your business, tell them what you do and how they can find you.
Yes, so I am a corporate event planner and consultant. So actually, if you're just looking for some help in planning a corporate event, I'd be happy to sit down with you and figure out if it's something that I can actually plan for you, or just help someone you currently have in that position just become a little bit better.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I want to thank you for being with us, and of course,
Thank you.
Congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Angela Machnik, this year's Athena Award winner. More of the show right after this quick break.